Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor and I help people navigate their ascension process or awakening process. And today's video, I'm going to go over what I have learned to be the importance of self-reliance, self-responsibility. Because along your awakening, you're going to find a lot of really useful, applicable, pertinent, appropriate techniques and tricks and beliefs and assistance from many different things, like sometimes going to a really good psychic can be very helpful, or going to a medium or a Reiki healer, or buying a crystal, or using tarot cards, or whatever. But there does come a point where you're going to find yourself asked to let those go, and it can be kind of confusing and almost sad. Like, I used tarot cards for the longest time to derive guidance. It was a middleman for me communicating with my higher self, my guides. But eventually, what happened to me is I kept drawing the Fool card, and I just knew. I just kind of knew it's time. It's time to get rid of these. I don't need them. Another crutch I had, not crutch, but appropriate tool at the stage of consciousness I once was, but now I'm not, was psychedelic mushrooms. I came to a point where I just kept seeing these mushroom synchronicities. And I was thinking at first, wow, maybe I should eat some. I used to grow them, and I used to use them in a very responsible way, in a way of temporarily dissolving the ego and experiencing my life from a very higher perspective. And then from there, I would journal and I'd draw conclusions. And it was very beneficial. But I just got this feeling like it's the synchronicity saying, you got to let this go now too. You got to let this go. And it's scary, because you feel just like anytime you give up any little sense of safety. Like, I had this little like a reserve, like a reservation. Like, well, anytime I really needed it, something, I can just take these mushrooms. Or anytime I really need guidance, I can just use my tarot cards. Or anytime I need to clear my energy, I could use sage and crystals and whatnot. And I'm not saying those won't come into your life, or you gotta, if you're really into that you gotta get rid of them because Victor's saying no. I'm just saying my own experience has shown me that this whole thing is about stepping into a great state of self-empowerment. So much so that, again, even the spiritual type of techniques will eventually sort of just kind of fade away out of your life. Just like that job you thought you needed, just like that relationship you thought you needed to feel secure, just like that house or car. All these things start to fade away until you are standing finally on your own 2 feet. And once you start to do that, you feel a sense of peace that you never even knew was possible, because you had all these little dependencies that you didn't even know were dependencies because they were appropriate at the time, but you're growing now. And the faster you can just kind of step into your own power, start eliminating all these little these mediums, these little middlemen type situations, techniques, etc., the faster you'll get to where you really want to go, which is really, what do we all want? Where do we all want to go? We all want to feel good. We all want to be at peace. We all want to be free. We want freedom. But as long as you're relying on something, you're dependent upon that. And all things don't last. All things change, transform. And this is a very long, slow process. It's not like you're going to come to a time where you got to get rid of everything and it's really scary. But just be open when you start to get the inclination, because you'll just start to sense it. You'll start to kind of just pick up that maybe it's time to let this go. Sometimes it'll take a negative experience with it, where either it doesn't work or something, before you realize that. Like, for one of the things that happened to me is I used to always go to this psychic named Kevin. He's right here in Michigan. He is an amazing psychic, mind-blowing. He's like a tarot dealer, but it's incredible what this guy does. And you have to book. This guy is so good that people book months in advance. And at the first of the month, you can book for 3 months in advance. And the way it happens, this guy is so popular that you have to, the moment they open at 10 or 11 a.m. on the first of every month, you have to call. And initially you get the busy signal for an hour. You just gotta keep calling back. Almost like you're calling into the radio for a contest, but eventually you get through and, I'll take 6 months from now at 2:30 on a Wednesday. Fuck it, I'll take it. Great. He's that good. And I would go to him every single year. But the last couple of years, I found that, you know what, I just felt, my wife, she just stopped going. She's like, you know what, I don't need that, you know. You start to kind of see them for what they are. As good as he is, he's just a person. He's really no better than me. I can sit down with myself and have the exact same experience just in my head that what he does with his tarot cards. Now, so it's important at those points. It was important for me to not go to him anymore, because that was kind of like staying where I no longer belonged, because it was once familiar and appropriate and safe, rather than stepping into the unknown yet again, a little bit scary. But once you adjust to that unknown, that formerly unknown, you feel better, your vibration kicks up a notch, and you know why you had to do that. So I just wanted to share that little experience, because I suspect it'll come into your lives in one form or another, or at one time or another throughout the course of your awakening. And I used to hold on to things for much longer periods of time than necessary, oftentimes drawing upon me more like smacks in the face, negative experiences to kind of say, hey, give it up, okay? You don't have to really draw that challenging of experiences into your life if you're more quick to go with your gut, okay? So I hope that helps you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love, the support. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.